From AccuWeather.com, this is AccuWeather Daily, a brief host-read article. It's weather news in a nutshell. Fall weather lovers, get ready. AccuWeather meteorologists are saying that a major outbreak of cold air will unfold this week, bringing temperatures more typical of mid to late October across much of the central and eastern U.S. At least 3/4 of the population east of the Rockies will experience the chill at some point this week. The main areas likely to avoid it include much of the Florida Peninsula, portions of the immediate Atlantic coast, and central and south Texas. Even cool, hardy residents of the Midwest and Northeast who resisted earlier cool waves may reach for long sleeves and jackets this week. In the South, some may welcome the cooler air, while others may notice the chill, especially at night. A large buckle in the jet stream will push southward toward the Great Lakes region. Daytime highs are likely to run 10 to 20 degrees below historical averages. In cloudy, rainy locations, temperatures could dip as much as 30 degrees below normal. Now, if this occurred in midwinter, it would probably produce widespread single-digit to below zero temperatures and bands of heavy lake-effect snow. But with warmer land and lake waters and stronger late summer sun, temperatures will remain much higher. Now, on the chilliest days, highs in the northern tier of the Midwest and higher elevations of the Appalachians may hold in the 40s. Farther south and east, highs will range from the 50s and 60s across the Central Plains and Ohio Valley to the 70s and low 80s in the Southern Plains to the central Gulf Coast, accompanied by some of the lowest humidity levels since last fall or winter. Overnight lows in parts of the Midwest and interior Northeast will fall into the 40s and possibly even the 30s. From the southern plains to the interior southeast, some nights will dip into the 50s and even the 40s. Along the Atlantic coast, the arrival of cooler, less humid air may be delayed until later in the week. A storm tracking from southwest to northeast could precede it with drenching rain or some shower activity. Instead of producing snow flurries and squalls, this pattern will bring clouds and chilly showers, possibly mixed with small pellets of soft hail known as graupel. Warm Great Lakes waters combined with incoming cold air may create conditions favorable for waterspouts. Gusty winds will also build waves, creating hazardous conditions for small craft. Breezes or cloud cover will likely prevent a widespread frost or freeze at night, but exceptions are possible where the sky clears and winds calm for several hours, especially from the plains to the Midwest and interior Northeast. By next weekend, the jet stream is likely to lift northward, while an area of high pressure may expand over the eastern states. Now, if that occurs, many of the same areas experiencing the chill could shift back to a midsummer-like pattern, with higher humidity and highs in the 80s to near 90 for a few days. Over the upcoming week, forecasters have been monitoring the anticipated influx of moisture in the southwestern states. Now, this pattern will even increase the chances for downpours to impact portions of drought-stricken Southern California. The primary push of rain and thunderstorms through the Labor Day holiday will be focused across western Mexico, Texas, New Mexico, and portions of Arizona. However, the placement of energy in the upper levels of the atmosphere will help to determine if any notable moisture will track far enough north and west into cities like San Diego. Drought levels across the Four Corners and Southern California range anywhere from severe to exceptional, according to the latest data from the U.S. Drought Monitor. There has been little relief in terms of drought across this corridor over the last few months, given the dry conditions in place. The persistent upper-level ridge that has been keeping Arizona relatively dry will shift out of the state later in the week, which will allow not only monsoon moisture to finally push into much of Arizona later in the week, but a link to a developing tropical storm in the East Pacific. Locations farther north across the Pacific Northwest will miss out on any notable rain entering the Southwest. Rather, this pattern will continue to usher in record-challenging heat this week for cities across Oregon, Washington, and the surrounding states. And one of the best chances to spot the Aurora Borealis will unfold Monday across Canada and parts of the U.S. An eruption on the sun over the weekend blasted charged particles into space, and they are on a collision course with Earth. When the charged particles reach the planet, it will set off a colorful display of the Aurora Borealis. People as far south as Pennsylvania, Indiana, Nebraska, and Oregon could see the green or red glow of the aurora in the sky on Monday night. Photographers using long exposure photography may be able to capture images of the lights from areas even farther south. NOAA's Space Weather Prediction Center has issued a geomagnetic storm watch from today through tomorrow, with conditions likely to reach a level 3 out of 5. The upcoming light show is not expected to be as significant as the aurora outbreaks of last year, but it will be one of the best opportunities to see the lights since the spring. That's all for now. You can find more regional forecasts and science-based articles at AccuWeather.com. And for your local forecast at your fingertips, download the AccuWeather app. Enjoy the rest of your day. Be safe. I'll be back tomorrow with more from AccuWeather.